Welcome to the 10 by 10, get ready for the show. Howdy folks, and welcome to the November edition of the 10 by 10 Variety Night, brought to you by the Main Theater in Old Town Newhall, California. Still coming at you the first Thursday of every month, and in these times of social distancing, still virtual. I'm Squeezebox Sam, one member of the music-making group Grit, and we've been the 2020 season 10 by 10 house band, and we thank you for having us out. Ordinarily, we manifest as a quartet and make a little music for you, but seeing as how I'm out ambulating by my lonesome this afternoon, come to think of it, in these times of coronavirus, have you noticed how many folks are taken to ambulating in your neighborhood that you've never seen before? Seems that COVID-19 brings out the walker in everyone, which ain't a bad thing. But nonetheless, as I was saying, since I'm out here solo, I'll be making some music for you solo. The other day, my partner Andrew and I were talking, and he pointed out that human beings like to personify disaster. Makes it easier to have a face to direct your frustrations with. And one of the things that's been so hard about coronavirus is it ain't got a face. But this next tune, I'd like to dedicate it to the personification of COVID-19, whatever that may look like. It's a tune about saying goodbye to something for the last time and being happy about it. It's called Adios, Amigo. I've come to see you one last time, my friend. Your life is nearing to its end. The parson has come and prayed for your soul. The bell is ringing your last toll, and adios, amigo, and va con Dios as well. But I'm willing to bet when you're cold and dead, you're gonna be burning in hell. The hangman, he's tied a new necktie for you to dangle until you die. Climb the steps, think the wrongs you done. Close your eyes, dwell on kingdom come. But adios, amigo, and va con Dios as well. But I'm willing to bet when you're cold and dead, you're gonna be burning in hell. We'll remember you when you're gone and raise a glass since you've passed on. Well, we'll share sadness in your death, but the world will be gentle once you've left. So adios, amigo, and va con Dios as well. But I'm willing to bet when you're cold and dead, you're gonna be burning in hell. Yeah, I'm willing to bet when you're cold and dead, you're gonna be burning in hell. I'm willing to bet when you're cold and dead, you're gonna be burning in hell. Much obliged. Looks like we got some time for some Squeezebox trivia. And since it is turkey eating season, why the heck do they call it a turkey anyhow? Well, it seems that there's no one who knows for sure, but one of the most popular hypotheses is that telling the story of the guinea fowl. And the guinea fowl is an African bird, good for eating, imported into Western Europe by, you guessed it, the country Turkey. So English-speaking Western Europeans took to calling it the turkey cock. So when those colonists stepped off the Mayflower back when and started exploring their new religious persecution-free home, and they saw these large birds roaming the forests that looked kind of like a guinea fowl, only larger, they decided they already had a name for them, and so they should just keep on calling them the turkey cock. Welcome to 10 by 10. Get ready for the first act.
Okay, I'm not saying that this whole virus shutdown thing is my fault. I mean, obviously, it's not my fault. But it is kind of a big coincidence that when I finally decided to try online dating, the universe comes up with a global pandemic, and now it's impossible to meet anyone. I mean, it was impossible to meet anyone before all this craziness. That's why I decided to try online dating. I had never done it before, and I didn't know what to expect. Well, I've been at it for a little while now, and I gotta tell you, it's not going well. No one likes me. Seriously, no one. I have reached out to hundreds of men. No response. Well, okay, not true. Some of them respond. And maybe we exchange a few text messages or a phone call or two, and then they just disappear. I don't know what happens. They just ghost me. There's no explanation and no farewell. I started keeping a list of all the guys that ghosted me, but eventually the list just said all of them. I guess gone is the new goodbye. I have been rejected by so many men that it's impossible to take it personally. It just feels like playing a slot machine, you know, you just pop in another quarter and try again. You know, actually, no, it's kind of more like a pinball machine. I feel like a hapless little pinball just kind of rolling through a game I don't even really understand, trying to bump up against something that will make some points. But mostly I just roll down into the gully, into nothingness. Game over. Play again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe all of the other women have these brilliant, irresistible online profiles. I can tell you that most of the men don't. By now I have gone through all the men, all of them, in a 50-mile radius, all of them. And honestly, they're making some terrible mistakes. I started making some notes based on real online dating profiles, just as a public service for you men out there who actually do want to meet someone. These are just a few marketing tips from someone in your target demographic. Number 1, your profile picture should not be your wedding picture. It kind of makes it look like maybe you're not quite over your ex. And then there are you guys, and there are a lot of you, who post a picture of yourself with your arm around a really beautiful woman. I'm not sure what the message is that I'm supposed to take from that. To me, it feels kind of like those measurement signs at Disneyland that, you know, you must be at least this tall to ride. That I see those pictures and it feels like the message is you must be at least this hot to ride this ride. And you know what, buddy? It makes me just think I'm going to set this one out. Your profile picture is a chance to make a really good first impression. So why would you post a picture of yourself with a big Band-Aid on your face? I mean, is that the very best photo you have of yourself? Really? And then there's the guy whose profile picture is a sandwich. Another guy whose picture is a cup of coffee and a pack of Marlboros. Thank you, sir, for letting me know right up front what your breath smells like. One guy posted his high school yearbook photo. I guess that's supposed to let me know what I was missing out on in 1975. A guy posted a picture of Mark Zuckerberg testifying in front of Congress. Not even Mark Zuckerberg would use that as his profile picture. When I look at your profile, I want to see your eyes, maybe your smile. Your picture should be a window into who you are. It should not be a flaming falcon, something that is half man and half tiger. It should not be Our Lady of Guadalupe. These are all real profile pictures that I've come across. Your profile picture should not be of a baby. Yes, she's your granddaughter, and yes, she's beautiful, but I don't want to make out with her. This same principle applies to your pet, especially if your pet is a snake. And what's with all the motorcycles? Why are middle-aged men so in love with motorcycles? Do you think I'm going to think that's sexy? Because what I actually think is loud, annoying, expensive, potential paraplegic. And one last thing about the pictures. Please be wearing clothes. Sir, you are 67 years old and covered with hair from the ears down. Trust me when I tell you that naked is not the best look for you. And then there's what you have to say about yourselves. Oh my. First of all, the typos. You have like 3 sentences to say something meaningful about yourself. Just reread them. Just look at what you're posting. I'm not prefect. No, you're not. I love help bug others. HELPBUG. Help bug. My favorite time of day is dust. Unless you're offering to come over and clean my apartment, I don't think dust is what you mean. Some of them scare me, like the guy who says his name is Lucifer. I mean, I don't think he's the Lucifer, but still, it's an interesting choice for a forum where you're hoping to attract someone to love. And the guy who said, I love to taste women. God, I hope he's being inappropriately sexual, because otherwise he's a cannibal. One guy said, we'll get along if you know how to act like a lady. Ooh. Ugh. And the guy whose profile picture shows him holding a gun, and his bio says only, I am very loyal and kind until I am betrayed. Yeah, I am so afraid of that guy. I know I must sound like a terrible cynic, but I'm not. I'm going to keep on trying because I want connection. I'm fine alone, but alone is not my preference. Connection is so important. Isn't it what we all want? Isn't it what we're missing while we're holed up in our living rooms this month? Isn't that desire to connect the whole reason these online dating sites even exist? I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know what it is we're all so afraid of. I don't know why it makes me so sad. But I know there's someone out there who really wants to connect too. I'm looking for that guy. There might be 1,000 wrong guys, but there's got to be a right guy out there somewhere. I only need one.
Hello, and welcome to the Maine's 10 by 10. My name is Sean Hughes, and it's great to be here tonight and perform for you. I have in front of me my one-man band scenario, or if you could consider it a portable studio. But in any case, what we're going to do tonight is something a little different. I'm going to create the tracks for you, and then I'm going to play the song, and you guys get to see me create them. So let's start with a new song I wrote a couple days ago. and we're going to start with the verses. All right, let's lay this verse for you. The verse. All right, let's lay a string part on the verse. So starting on the lower left here, I have my duplicating pedals. It's the Boss version over here and the head rush pedal. And then moving around, we have my guitar setup here, which holds my guitar tones and my harmony pedals. And then working my way up, we can see we have my drum machine, the mixer board, and then over here the Mini Nova synth keyboard. And then working over to that left, we see we have the Korg machine here that I use some of the strings and some synths and pianos and stuff for. And then over on the far left is here where I keep my Music Man guitar, one of my recent ones I like to use now, and my bass rig. So I hope you guys enjoy the song. All right, let's start the band. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Baby, there's nothing better than you and me. 'Cause baby, there's nothing better than you and me. You say that you're a rebel and you're looking for the cause, trying to fight conformity. So you took me to dare and you kissed me unaware. You say that this is meant to be. Set the tone, change the key, set us free. 'Cause baby, there's nothing better than you and me. 'Cause baby, there's nothing better than you and me. And I wasn't looking for a soul divine. You came and said was so divine. You came and set me free. We're star-crossed lovers, the soul decides. I choose to play, to sing my song. I'm playing here for peace. Baby, there's nothing better than you to me. 'Cause baby, there's nothing better than you to me. 'Cause baby, there's nothing better than you to me. Yeah. 'Cause baby, there's nothing better than you to me.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Hello, Santa Clarita. I'm Betsy, and I am very happy to be in your home. Well, you're really in mine. We're in each other's homes now. And isn't this fun? Everyone has a home studio now. Want you to know a couple things about me. One, I am one of the top billion content providers in the market right now. So that's exciting for you. And I want to invite you to go grab a drink, maybe a cocktail or something else. You know, it is 10 in the morning. We should have one. So this is just something I made up myself. It's vodka and cranberry juice, a garnish. This is something I got from my garden. Well, who am I kidding? I don't have a garden. I just picked it in the yard. I don't even know what it is. And I put in 3 fingers of bleach, you know, for the COVID. So. Whew. That is strong. But my teeth are going to be really white. Maybe even my asshole will get bleached in a way. So anyway, I wanted to share something that might be helpful to you. We're still having a shortage of PPEs, and yet we all need to be wearing masks, like when we go out wherever, to protect other people from us. So given we need a mask and they're in short supply, this is something you can make at home with just some plastic wrap. This is from Costco, Kirkland, but you can really use any plastic brand. Just this way, I could supply the whole neighborhood. But we're going to make masks out of this. And what you do is you take a piece. Now it's going to actually be quite a bit longer than you think. You need about like a couple feet. And you will see why in a moment. And then what you want to do is wrap this around your face. Okay? And the thing is, it's long because it sticks to itself. So this way, you make a nice tight closure and you don't need ear straps. Now, the other thing that's really good about this kind of a mask is that people can see your smile. So it's not so disturbing when you come across someone on the street. It's kind of friendly, right? Like, I think I've realized another benefit of this mask, and that is that it keeps you fit, because I'm getting my heart going, and I'm breathing hard, and I don't even have to get out of the chair. So sorry about that. Well, don't probably do that at home. You know, only if you're going out. That's when you can do it. So I've been I've been with my husband for 19 years. Feels like 20. And before all this happened, I was thinking, you know, there's two things I want more of in my marriage: intimacy and space. And now I'm getting all the space I could ever want from everyone else in the world. And he has pointed out that for the next 18 months, probably, we are the only people we get to touch. Well, the only people we get to touch, but we do have animals. And that's actually been one really awesome thing about this event, is that people are adopting and fostering dogs and cats a lot more than they were before. And this has been really great for the animals in the shelter and for the people who, you know, finally have something that they can touch, maybe something new. And I do think, though, that we might have a little problem down the line of just a real increase in the hashtag meow too complaints. You know, I mean, there have already been like lots of calls to the hotlines, and it's just, they don't even say anything. They get on there and it's just afraid to speak about it. A lot of grabbing pussy going on. That's at first I was like, could be good for the animals. Not so sure anymore, but it's been tough for the animals for a while. Like the dolphins have been, this is true, you can look this up on Google, but dolphins are squeezing pufferfish to get the toxins so they can get high, right? What are we doing to the planet that the dolphins are huffing on pufferfish just to get through the day? I don't know. I have 3 cats, but I'm only allowed 2, so 2 of them have the same name. What did I want to tell you? Oh, it's scary. You know, we look for guidance from our leaders, and you know, some of the things they do are a little frightening. Like Mike Pence went to the Mayo Clinic and he didn't wear a mask. And he said the reason that he didn't wear a mask was because he wanted to be able to look people straight in the eyes. I'm worried that our vice president doesn't know how masks work. It's like, my eyes are up here. Okay, so I want to do an impression for you. This is my impression of Dr. Birx during when the president's giving medical advice. Here she is. This is my squirrel impression. Okay, here we go. Thank you. That was enjoy the rest of your isolation.
Hey everybody, I'm Mike the Magician. Thank you so much for letting me be here and be a part of this wonderful event, 10 by 10. And in honor of this event and its title, it made me think about how magical that number is, the number 10. We even take it for granted, but we use it all the time. We use it to count, to multiply in many of our measurement systems. It's an everyday tool, and to me that makes it magical. So if a 10 happens to appear during this routine, all the better. And speaking of that, as you know, magic is very interactive, and normally you would be sitting right here at the table with me, telling me what to do. I genuinely believe that magic is very interactive. Not only can the audience be a part of the magic, I genuinely believe that you are the magic, that all of your choices, your decisions are what make the magic possible. We don't have that. In fact, this is pre-recorded. I am talking to you from the past. In fact, I am recording on the 10th. So I'm going to have to do something I've never done in my career before. I'm going to reach into the future and try to grab some of your responses in the past. And I'm going to make this as honest as I can. Speaking of that, I'm going to try to keep everything in frame. It's very restrictive, but just so you know, everything you see is happening live and in real time, and is the exact same thing you would see if you were sitting here at the table with me. So nothing's going to happen out of frame that's sneaky. This is all on the up and up, so to speak. I have a shuffle deck of cards, but you don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to try to reach into the future and hear someone say stop. So someone in the future watching this video, please say stop. Okay, it sounded like someone said stop. Do you want me to go further? A little bit? Okay, fair enough. And stop, okay. Do you want me to cut the cards a couple of times? Yes, okay. Say stop, here, okay. And one more time, yeah? Okay, future person say stop. Here, excellent, all right, very good. So if the cards were in any order, that order is now destroyed. And I want you to help me find a very specific, special card from the shuffle deck. And to do that, again, I'm going to bring you down so that you can see everything in frame to my close-up pad. And hopefully you can see the deck on my right and this little wallet on my left. It contains some very important things that we're going to need in a moment. First, it's got a joker and a face-down card, kind of like a prediction. Now, I don't want you to see this just yet, and unfortunately, this will be out of frame for a moment, but I'm going to stick it, boom, right there on my face, and you'll see it again in a moment. There's also a stack of blank cards here that we will use a little later on. Using this joker, I want you to help me select a random card from the deck that you help shuffle. I'm going to say go. I'm going to use the joker to mark where you want it to stop, just like that. So all you have to do is say stop wherever you wish. Go, say stop. And we'll use the joker, just say stop. Someone from the future said stop here. Okay. Now do you want me to go one toward me, one toward you, or stay there? Sounds like you said one toward you, so there we go. That was one toward you. Are you happy with that? I hope so. Now I'm going to look to the side. It doesn't really matter if I see the card or not, because you're going to verify for me what it is in a moment. But I am going to hold it up so that you yourself can see it first before I do. So all you have to do is look for the card right in front of the face down or the back toward you joker. And if you don't quite know what I'm saying, you should in a moment. So I'm going to look away and raise my hands. Just look for the card you see in front of the back of the card, in front of the face down joker. Okay, you got it? Make sure to remember the color, the suit, the value, whatever it happens to be. All right, and I will bring my hands back down, and we don't need that joker anymore, so I'll put it back, but we will need those blank cards in a moment. So I'm gonna bring everything up again, and there's that card that we used a moment ago. And all I want you to do is say, and you know what? You can help me mix again. Say stop. Is that good? A little more? Okay. All right, future person, is that good? Fantastic. I'm going to run through the cards, and this time you will reveal to me what your card was. So when you see it, and I'll keep this here, when you see it, say stop. And again, I'm going to try to reach from the future and hear you say it. So when you see your card from the show, oh, did someone say stop? Oh, we have 2 10s there, interesting. But it sounds like that was an honest mistake, that these are not your cards. Interesting. Okay, we saw two 10s in a row. I'm wondering if the card that you chose was a 10. In fact, look into the camera while you're looking at the cards. Let's see, your card was black, was a spade, it was a number, and keep looking at these. Make sure I don't accidentally pass your card, whatever it happened to be. And I can see another 10 in the camera, but that was not your card. And like I said, just when you see your card, as I go through the shuffle deck, just say stop. I'll try to hear it from the future into the past, which is my present. And did anybody see it? Oh, you know what? I think I know why you didn't see it. Because it's here. Was this your card? Was it another 10? Fantastic. I hope it was. And it's very interesting to me that you did choose a 10 because, as I mentioned, 10s are very magical. I'm going to bring you back down to my close-up pad. And hopefully you can see my wallet again. I'm going to try to keep this in frame, but we're going to need the blank cards next. And there's a bunch of them. So I want to make sure I take them all out and that you see them all. Now, your card that you chose has very special properties. It's black, it's a spade, it's a 10. You've got this beautiful red design on the back. These cards are nothing like that. And I'll try to keep this in frame and show you that I have a stack. I believe it's a total of 9 cards. I'll try to keep that in frame. That are all blank, front and back. And again, I'm going to do my best to keep everything in frame. Nothing like the card that you chose. But the fact that it's a 10 and the fact that you chose it imbues it. Oh, I love the SAT words. Imbues it with magical properties. It's nothing like your card. Oh, okay. Do you see that? I already messed. I got a little ahead of myself. But you know, I think I can do this. Check this out. Look at this. Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder. All right, check this out. And, I did not mean to do. Yep, I did not mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Let me try again. I think I can do this. Check this out. Jacob's ladder. Jacob's ladder. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Jacob's ladder. And okay. I didn't quite. Do you see the difference? I didn't quite get that right. But I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Here we go. Wiggle, Jacob's ladder, Jacob's ladder. And, yes. There we go. Excellent. Oh, but you know what? That gives me an idea. This is special, but so is the back. If we can do the front, we should be able to do the back. And, yeah, there. Okay, very good. There it is. But, oh, you know what? That gives me another idea. If we can do the back and we can do the front, we should be able to do the front and back. Oh, hold on. Yes, there we go. Isn't that weird? This is all from the card that you selected from the shuffle deck. That gives me another idea. Jacob's ladder, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay, here we go. And okay, now watch this. This is kind of weird. Oh, I hope I kept that in frame. Did I spin it enough? Let's try it again. Oh, did I keep that in frame one more time? There we go. I think that was a little better. Yes. That's what I was looking for. And then, of course, we just have one card left from the stack. Jacob's ladder, Jacob's ladder. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get this just right. And we're shaking, 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 shaking. And there we go. Boom. All from the deck that was shuffled. You helped me shuffle from a card that you yourself randomly selected. And you made all this magic happen. And how perfect that it's all a bunch of 10s. 10 by 10. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Again, my name is Micah the Magician. You can find out more at micahthemagician.com. I'm also on the social media. Please keep in touch. Thank you again. It was such a pleasure. And enjoy the rest of the event. Enjoy the rest of the performances. I know I will.
My name is Victoria Saig, and this is Something Borrowed, Small, Orange. Sean told me early on that there would only be one slow dance that matters, and I pretended I didn't know that meant he wanted to marry me under an old oak tree as the day turned to night, as the summer turned to fall. I'd never imagined my wedding before I met him, and after we got engaged, we threw a dart at a calendar aiming at a full moon, and we hit it in the middle. We booked the venue and sent out invitations, and I bought a beautiful dress and laugh cried when the seamstress bled down the front of it. She'd cut herself with a razor blade while slicing out the padding in the front, and though she was hurt, she could not feel it, and so she pressed bloody fingerprints into the delicate lace. There was something funny about this, something familiar, sad, and perfect. And even though the dress was cleaned and delivered flawlessly, I like to remember the front red, dirty, and alive. We were plowing through tasks, days, dinners, tunneling toward the day we'd placed so carefully and intentionally on the calendar. Less than a week before the wedding, I broke out in hives, landing in urgent care twice, and eventually in the ER with a swollen throat. I got a shot of steroids the day before, and the ER doctor watched me a bit. He did not administer new medicine. He just watched calmly as the dose I'd received the day before caught up to the severity of the inflammation. We went home, and I tried everything to remain calm. I was overloaded, and my poor, stupid body could not handle it. So obviously, the next day, we noticed that our little orange cat was breathing weird. I'd never been a cat person before I'd met Sean, but this little one-toothed, 8-pound, flat-faced creature unapologetically held my heart ransom. She purred in the sunlight. She had one black whisker. She rolled around in old, dirty shoes. She didn't meow, really. It was more a needle landing wrong on a record, a strange little happy sound, a small symphony of gratitude. We took her to the vet, and things got bad quickly. She had cancer and fluid in her heart pushing against it, and they told us when she breathed, it felt like bones breaking. So on the day before our wedding, we had to make the impossible decision to help her ride the moon. She did it bravely and peacefully in Sean's arms. It was the stroke of midnight on Friday the 13th under a full harvest moon, exactly one day before her wedding. She returned to the stardust. Sean and I came home and sat quietly on the couch, and nothing mattered. Centerpieces did not matter. Linens did not matter. Pink lipstick undertones did not matter. Gluten-free chips did not matter. Everyone we knew and loved was in town for us, and we could not stop crying. I hadn't eaten in days. We looked around our dark living room. Everything is different now, Sean said, and it was true. I grinned like an absolute jackass during our vows. We held hands as our Tinder love story was spelled out to our closest family and friends. We wore glow stick halos and ate carbs and drank champagne. We fell into the arms of everyone we love and then into each other's. We did the slow dance that matters. Maybe, though, it's more than the one slow dance that matters. Maybe it's also the slow dance of sitting in emergency rooms in our pajamas, the slow dance of being strong when fear stands screaming through the mouth of a giant at the front door. Maybe it's the slow dance of welcoming evenly, tears of sadness and tears of joy together, or the slow dance of believing in the improbable. Maybe it's the slow dance of carefully walking a full cup of water to your partner curled up in the living room, the slow dance of Tuesday, of paying rent, of holding on to light in total darkness, and then of letting it go. We sat on the couch again, wedding cards and gifts spread out across our laps. We were riding a love high, working to slowly process the amount of kindness, compassion, and generosity we received in the last day while missing madly a little 8-pound orange cat in ways I can't explain. I thought I would have to go through this alone, Sean said, looking straight ahead and then directly at me, taking my little paw and spinning gently the ring I wore on it around and around. But everything is different now. Everybody I know we're in different times, and I know these are hard times for me too. I send you love and light and music to the slow dance that matters. Take care.
The valley was full of tears, and it was collecting there for years. I turned my back one day, I fed the birds, but they didn't stay. Lightning without rain, a shock to the dark, 7 miles away. Lightning inside of us, ash to ashes, dust to dust. The boombox was too far gone, so in our deepest sleep we wrote a song, carried us here in time, banded by blood and love and rhyme. Lightning without rain, a shock to the dark, 7 miles away. Lightning inside of us, ash to ashes, dust to dust. Shut to the dark, 7 miles away.
What was running miles away?
Inside of us, ash to ashes, dust to dust.
Hey, shout out to Santa Clarita, Newhall. Hey, everybody, how's it going? This is Tracy Lee Nelson, and I want to thank you for inviting me to do a couple clips and share with you some of my music. This is for the virtual 10 by 10, and I hope you guys enjoy it. The first one here is called My Baby Joanna. Well, I love to play the blues all day and night. Yes, I love to play the blues all day and night. I love to hear the sound of a guitar shoveling band. Yes, I love to sing the blues all day and night. Yes, I love to sing the blues all day and night. I love to hear the sound of a guitar shoveling band. With the blues band, we're gonna kick down some blues. With the blues band, we're gonna kick down some blues. Well, my baby Joanne and I, we love to hear the blues, yeah. All right. I hope you're all doing good out there. You're safe and healthy. Tough times ahead here. Yeah. Well, I love to play the blues all day and night. Yes, I love to play the blues all day and night. I love to hear the sound of a guitar shoveling band. I know you do. With the blues band, we're gonna kick down some blues. With the blues band, we're gonna kick down some blues, yeah. Well, my baby Joanne and I, we love to hear the blues. Well, my baby Joanne and I, we love to hear the blues. Yes, my baby Joanne and I, we love to sing the blues. All right, here we go. All right, this is for all you out there. Have a good time tonight, baby. Turn the music up on high. Let's have a good time tonight, baby. Turn the music up on high. No more fighting like children. Let's have a good time tonight. Yeah, baby. Let's have a good time tonight. Celebrate you and I. All right. Let's have a good time tonight, baby. Celebrate you and I. No more fighting like shooting. Let's have a good time tonight. All right, come on, everybody. Feeling all right, right. Feeling so good, good. Feeling all right, right. Feeling so good. Feeling all right, right. Feeling so good. Feeling all right, baby. Feeling so good. No more fighting like children. Let's have a good time tonight. Yeah, baby. Let's have a tonight. All right, here we go. Little turn around. No more fighting like children. Let's have a good time tonight. Yeah, baby. Your trouble's behind you. Let's have a good time tonight. All right. Hope you guys like that one. It's a little good times. It's off my most recent CD. It's called Blues Loving Man, and that's on cdbaby.com. Here's another one. This is one from about some of the locals over here. All right. I hope you guys love the blues here. A little twist of the blues, yeah? I hit the road, traveling down every highway you know. The wind in his hair, an eagle above. The warrior rides with many spirits, I'm told. Yeah, he's a red rider, rolling stone. He's a red rider, keeping the spirit strong. Spirit strong. Traveling free, he never looks back. His warrior strength is in his medicine bag. He rides through the night, some days a ghost. I felt him fly by like a storm on the road. Yeah, he's a red rider, rolling stone. Yeah, he's a red rider, keeping the spirit strong. Spirit strong. Yeah! Back to France and hit the road, traveling down every highway you know. The wind in his hair, an eagle above. This warrior rides with many spirits, I'm told. That he's a red rider, rolling stone. That he's a red rider, keeping the spirit strong. Spirit strong. Spirit strong. Spirit strong. Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody out there in New Holland, Santa Clarita. Thank you, Jeff, for inviting me to share some of my music with you. And everybody stay safe out there, all right? And let's get this COVID line flattened. And everybody take care out there and be healthy out there, all right? You take care, and we'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll be out there. We'll do it live in the Old Town main hall there, all right? Take care. Have a good one.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Hello, my name is Alan Gittleson. I am a mentalist, Jewish, from Kentucky. That's right, I'm the only person from Kentucky who can read people's minds. And tonight I am not here to read your mind. The fine people of Santa Clarita and beyond. I am here to present something that we would not normally get to share together, and that is something from my video archives, something that's only been seen live and in person before this, by the people who were in a private home at a private event that was only for magicians who are focused on one trick, the cups and balls, the oldest trick in magic. And I present to them something they've never seen before, which is something that I hope you will enjoy, something that has baffled many of the greatest minds in magic at this event for 3 years in a row. And now it's here for your viewing. Without my quarantine haircut, I present myself doing the Mentalists, Cups and Balls. Hello! Hello! All right. My name is Alan Gittleson. I'm a mentalist, and I don't do the cups and balls.
You did last year. You did last year.
That's it for tonight. Have a great evening.
But
And now you're gonna prove it.
This is intermission.
I'd like to demonstrate something for you that I don't believe is possible. So, and I'm going to need to work with somebody here. How about you, sir? What's your name?
Lex.
Lex?
Yes.
Come on up, Lex. All right, Lex.
Yeah.
This is a fake lemon of Kirk's. And what I'm going to ask you to do, I'm going to turn my back, and I want you to place this. We've got 5 cups here. I want you to place it under any one of the cups. There's 1 through 5. Don't have to think of them as numbers, but any of them. And just place it underneath one of the cups.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to go over here. You're just going to put your hands over my eyes. You block me. Just lift up the cup. Put down the fruit. And then put the cup over it.
Okay.
You got it?
Yep.
Yes.
Am I ready to turn around?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, Lou's been blocking my vision. All right. And it is my job to figure out which cup has the fruit underneath it, to connect our minds, and to eliminate the ones that aren't. And I get a sense that it is not under this one. There's one down. I get a sense that, and that may be wrong here too, I don't know, it's not a perfect science. Like I said, I don't believe this is possible. I get a sense that it is not under this one either. 2 down. I get a sense that it is not under this one either. Fantastic. So all I have to do is show you the one where it is. This one right here. In cups and balls tradition, I'll keep some of that. So maybe this is too confusing. Maybe there are too many cups. Let's limit it down to just 3 cups. Okay? So we'll have them 1, 2, and 3. And just go ahead and I'm going to turn my back. You know what? Why don't you come up here, Lou, and just go ahead and block my vision. All right? And then go ahead and lift up one of the cups. Put the fruit underneath it. In fact, why don't we move over this way just a little bit? Right, there we go. Okay. And put it down. And now it's hidden?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
All set? Okay, thank you very much, Lou. Okay, fantastic. Just think about which one has it underneath. Okay. Okay, interesting. I get a sense that it's going to be right. You're not going to go for one of those extremes. You went right for the center. Yes, fantastic. Let's do it 2 more times, because that would be impossible. Come on up, Lou, and just block me. Okay, fantastic. Go ahead. Hide the fruit. And just hide it under any of those. Can be 1, 2, or 3. Middle, right, left, center, whatever you like. Let me know when you are done.
Done.
Done? Okay. Fantastic. Just look at me, just think about which one has it. Fantastic. I get a sense, oh, you are not the kind of guy who would repeat a pattern, so it is not under the center. It is going to be under the one on my far right. That's fantastic. And let's go one more time, Lou. Cover my vision. All right. And try and just put it under one of those cups. You can adjust the other cups if you need. Just keep them in a line. That helps me. Okay? Keep them in a line.
You said do keep them in a line?
Do keep them in a line. That's very helpful for me. It helps keep my thoughts and your thoughts organized. Okay, you got it?
Yep.
You ready for me to turn around?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Lou. Give Lou a big round of applause for having me up there. Ready? And just think about where it is. Okay, interesting. You little Dickens. You little Dickens. I said something the last time. I said something about not wanting to repeat a pattern. And then you went back to what you did at this first, which I also mentioned, and you put it right under the center. Thank you very much. My name is Alan Gittleson. That is the Mentalist Cups and Balls. Well, I hope you enjoyed that nearly as much as I enjoyed presenting it to my audience at the time. And I do want to point out something, that I love to touch people's hearts and their minds, to get them scratching their heads, which, thanks to my quarantine haircut, I can do much more closely now. I did want to point out that I hope I influenced all of you tonight to have a good time. Oh, and one last thought, since I'm a mentalist and I am supposed to know what you are thinking. And that is, many of you are thinking, what's with all the elaborate green screen technology? I know that's just computer stuff. It's fake. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is out in the real world, where I hope you and I will be together soon as it is safely possible. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
This spring, I did a series called Tales from the Trail, pieces of fiction and creative nonfiction about dogs, mushing, and sled dog races, told from a variety of different and perhaps unexpected and unusual perspectives. This is a piece from that series, and it's told from the perspective of a school teacher in a small village that also serves as a checkpoint for a famous, large, long-distance sled dog race. This is called Girl Power. She came through the checkpoint like anyone else, really. I mean, she didn't seem different, but you couldn't miss her. You can never miss her. She had her signature blue parka on, the one she's always wearing in pictures, the one whose color is described in catalogs as coral, ocean, blue. And her dogs were wearing matching coral, ocean, blue booties. She seemed focused and strong, but sometimes you can just look and tell that someone is completely on top of things. I've lived in this village for 28 years, and I've seen a lot of guys who look like that when they come through the checkpoint, and some women. But it's been a while since I've seen a woman who looked like that. She was fierce. Now, the kids here in the village know women who are fierce. You have to be out here with the weather and the wilderness and the nearest hospital and state trooper an hour away by air. So you get tough, or you get out. But still, we get TV out here. We have satellites. We read books. So kids here, like kids everywhere, are bombarded by images and stories of women who take a back seat, women who apologize and defer, women who are not as focused or competitive as the men around them. Even some of the women mushers. I mean, sure, they're every bit as tough as the men, but some of them just seem so grateful to be out here that they forget they are also in a race. And to be fair, some of the men do too. Not that I'm knocking it. Almost no one in the world can qualify and enter this race and make it so this far up the trail. It's more than I will ever do. So in a way, getting here at all is its own reward. And every musher is tough, but some have that extra toughness. Toughness you can see beyond all the stuff you can't control, beyond all the weather, the dog issues, the tread and the trail and sled issues, and beyond all of their luck. Look, everyone who gets here is focused, but some more than others. And maybe that's how you move up. Maybe that's how you win. When she came through, I could tell she needed sleep. Hell, by this point in the race, everyone who comes through needs sleep. So I pointed out the area in the gym designated for mushers to sleep, and she said, "Yeah, but first, let me go talk to the kids, especially the girls." And when she walked into the community building, the kids all gathered around her. I brought her hot coffee and she called the girls closer, and she said to them, "You can compete with the boys on an even playing field." And she made a point of looking every girl in the eye. And she said, "You can be tough and smart. You can win and still be girls." And then she gave booties to all of the kids as souvenirs. Coral, ocean, blue booties. The girls were all in a little bit of awe of her, treating her like a celebrity and putting her up on a pedestal. But she wouldn't have that. She drew them in and she drew them out, letting them talk and really, really listening. "You are the inspiring ones," she said to them. "Girls like you out here in the villages. I don't have a lot of spare room in my sled bag, but I feel like I bring every one of you with me on every mile of every race." She told the kids to find the thing that they loved and were really good at and to work as hard as they could. And she said, that way, as long as you do your absolute best, you'll always be winners. Remember, you can do so much more than you know. And then she took selfies with everyone who wanted one. All of the girls got a picture, and a few boys too, although most of them had drifted off to watch TV or video games by then. And only after that, more than an hour past the time when she came into the community building, did she go back to the gym to grab a few hours of sleep before she returned to her sled, did all of her dog chores, and continued up the trail. A few nights later, our entire village huddled around a computer in the community center, watching, waiting. And when she crossed the finish line wearing that coral ocean blue parka, her dogs decked out in matching coral ocean blue booties, besting dozens of men and a handful of women, driving dogs, a team of dogs, every bit as good as any I've ever seen. She told the announcer that it was wonderful to win, but, she said, it's even greater to spend time with the next generation of fierce girls in the villages. The crowd around her cheered, and she looked up and paused and said, "I'm looking at the North Star right now, and I want every girl who can hear my voice to go outside and look up at the North Star and remember that you can do so much more than you know." And a dozen girls bolted up from around the computer and ran outside in our little village to look up. And then about 20 seconds later, they all ran back in because it was below zero and they didn't have coats on. But a handful grabbed their coats and their gloves and hats and they went back out and they looked up. And when they came in a little while later, you could see on their faces that they were changed. They were stronger than they had been just a few minutes earlier. It's a different way of life out here. It's not easy. It's never easy. And the point isn't that any of our village girls are going to grow up to win sled dog races, although they might. The point is for all of them to grow up, to be smart and focused, to be strong. And if one or two of them do grow up to become mushers, they'll know that they are tough enough and smart enough and strong enough to compete against men on an even playing field. And when one of those girls from my village or anyone else's village is in a position one day to win, I hope she too finds room in her sled bag to bring all of the inspiration of all of the fierce girls on the trail. And I hope she can look up at the North Star and remember a night in March when a stranger in a coral ocean blue parka came into her life and told her she was strong and focused and could inspire people. And look, even though this isn't about me, I know that I will never forget how powerful it was to see an exhausted woman wearing distinctive colors, making a point of talking to girls in a remote village for an hour before she even thought about the sleep she desperately needed, because that is the exact moment when I learned what it really means to be a champion.
I just celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary. Yes! She's a real person. I didn't make her up. She exists. 25 years. Some of you are probably looking at me like, Jeff, you look way too young and handsome to have been married for 25 years. Just that guy. Fantastic. The rest of you guys suck. You could have made me feel good for like 2 seconds. Just that guy. He's like, yes, sir, you do. We did get married very, very young. I got married at 19 years old. Yeah, don't do it. We grew up Mormon. Oh, yeah, you got that one right. Look at that. Any Mormons here tonight? No? Comedy club, drinking, not so much, not their jam. Some of you reacted like I just rang your doorbell too, like, Big Bong, have you found Jesus? I know where you can find him. When I was 19 years old, the Mormon church was like, hey buddy, we want to send you halfway around the world, stick you on a bike in a suit, and have you tell people about Jesus. What do you think about that? I was like, I think I'm getting married is what I think about that. That's 25 years later, some days 2 years on a bike doesn't sound like a bad trade. They're not offering anymore. They're like, you're too big for our bikes. And we don't think people would believe you about the Lord. You look sketchy. I'll let you off the hook. I'm not Mormon anymore. Okay, thank you for that. Clap. About 10 years ago, I was like, that is a lot like my 24-hour fitness membership, and that I am paying for it, but I am not using it. Like, I was getting spiritually doughy as well as regularly doughy. That was happening all at the same time. I was like, I gotta get off this Jesus elliptical. Just that guy again. That never gets a laugh, and I shouldn't say it anymore. But that guy claps, so I'm going to do it next time too. And I'm taking him to all my shows. That's what I'm going to do. So I bounced, but my wife and kids are still Mormons, so what a party in our house. Come over for New Year's. I'll show you. And when I left the Mormon church, my aunt, she is super born-again Christian, so she was excited. And she was like, well, you have to get your family out too. You need to save them. It's up to you. And I was like, hold on a second. They're really, really happy just doing what they're doing. And if there's one thing that I believe about religion, wholeheartedly, no BS, is that we should all just shut up and let everybody else do whatever makes them happy. I'm glad you're with me. I believe that. Plus, I had just barely discovered the joys of alcohol. If you think I'm getting rid of my guaranteed designated driver Mormon wife that quickly, you're out of your goddamn mind. It wasn't going to happen like that. No idea how much fun it was going to be to learn to drink with a Mormon wife. Everywhere we went, our friends were playing rock, paper, scissors to see who has to drive. And I'm like, I know how I'm getting home. Young fellas, get yourself a Mormon girlfriend. They'll get you home safe. They're not really supposed to do anything else with you when they get there, but they will get to your door safely. Supposed to put a ring on it for all the fun stuff. That's how it works. I kid. I joke about trading my wife in. I never would. She's absolutely wonderful. She's delightful, and I'm not even getting points. She's not here to see this. I do. I love my wife. I'm a very, very lucky man. And I'm also super, super scared that she's going to figure out that I married up instead of the other way around and trade me in. I'm scared shitless of it, man, all the time. I am a really good husband. That's what I'm telling you. I do extra stuff to make sure she doesn't leave. And mostly because I'm scared of dating at this point. Dating scares me to death. I hear the stories about it. I got married at 19 years old, and I didn't have any game then. I'm pretty sure I haven't magically developed any in the ensuing 25 years. At 19, my game consisted of looking at her and I'm going, she's 18, doesn't know a lot of stuff. You better lock this down. Get her name on a piece of paper with some witnesses and God involved. Let's do this. That's what I did, you know? And I'm scared. I'm scared of her leaving me, figured out this is a bad idea, a bad investment that just keeps getting worse and worse. That's what I am, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm scared of dating because I hear the other comics talk about it. It sounds horrible to me. Things have changed a lot. Are you guys married?
Yeah.
How long have you been married?
About 48 years.
48 years! Give it up for 40. That is... Did you know that as part of the courtship ritual now, they send each other pictures of their domestic areas? That's what they do! They do that! That is ridiculous! All right, I want to prove it to him. You guys clap your hands and you be honest because Jesus is watching. You clap your hands if you have ever sent anybody pictures of your junk before. Clap your hands, nice and loud. All of them. They're all doing it. We didn't do that in 1994. Partly because we lived in a very small, mostly Mormon town in eastern Idaho, and as you know, we didn't have digital back then, so you had to carry a little canister of film into the photomat guy, and then you had to look him in the eyes when you were picking it up. And that made vacation pictures awkward the rest of the year. That's what that did. And I'm not rocking a hog where he was going to be super impressed, be like, "No, I'm glad I got a chance to see that one. That was worth it." He was just going to giggle and hand the packet back. That's what he was going to do. I'm self-aware. And I'm not going to take a picture of it now because I can no longer see it to frame it up, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm not getting a selfie stick either because I am a grown-up. I'm not doing that. You would be surprised how few friends you have that'll take that picture for you. Not many. If you find that person, you hold them dear to your heart forever. You don't ever let them go. That's a good friend. It's a really, really good friend.
And the winner of You're the Best. Drum roll, please. And the winner is...
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
And we'll see you at the season finale.